Hi, and welcome to Canine Cognitive, saving dogs one brain at a time. Let us explore the power of three. In this quiz, there'll be 3 questions, and just a few minutes of your time are needed to ensure that you have the tools to protect your dog. Today's quiz, preventing dog dementia. So let's begin. Since there's no cure for dementia, this quiz is really important about prevention because prevention is key. This is Shamrock, and I'm her mom, so we want to get going to give you the protection you need. Slowing or preventing the arrival of signs can delay the disease and prevent it from never getting through your doggy door. So let me teach you what I wish I had known sooner. Let's not waste another minute. Here we go. Prevention. What do you need to start prevention? When do you need? Should you start when your dog is a puppy, an adult, or a senior? Well, everyone thinks this is very obvious, so let's see what you think. Is there an easy answer? Well, let's see what your answers are. Now, no one can see, so test yourself. See what you really think. There is no easy answer here, and here's why. Today is the day to start prevention no matter what stage of life your dog is at. However, there is a best answer, and in this case, the best answer is puppy, because it's never too soon to start dementia prevention. But if your dog's not a puppy, don't negate that there's something you can do. There are many, many things that can prevent, delay, and treat this horrible disease. And steps that are taken are better than none. Therefore, even if your dog is already an adult or a senior, or even has signs of dementia or has dementia and been diagnosed, there are still things can be done if you know what are the prevention methods. So let's see what you do know about prevention and go to question 2. What do you know about dementia prevention? Prevention won't really help because there's no cure. Number 2, you can see the vet regularly and rely on them to tell you if or when there's an issue. Or number 3, you're really not sure but would like to learn what steps can be taken to provide dementia prevention. These answers are really vital to your dog's health and to their life. But if you don't know the prevention and hope to learn, that's okay, and I'm really glad you're here. So let's continue. Is no cure, that's true. So the only hope, is prevention and delay of onset. The longer you can delay the onset, the less chance there is your dog will get dementia. And in some cases, it's been found that if they do get dementia, it's very mild or treatable. Number 2, you should have regular vet visits. That is definitely true. And you should discuss with your vet cognitive issues. But you have to be the first line of defense and protection for your dog. And the reason is you're with your dog constantly. And the more you notice what's going on with them, the better chance you can prevent anything else from happening. Number 3 answers give me great hope because it's easy to learn and use prevention measures. Therefore, my best answer would be prevention is possible at any time, and it doesn't matter what you know or what you don't know. Prevention is key. Experts have proven this, that prevention right now is the best way to protect your dog. And while there is no cure, vet visits are very needed, but veterinarians and experts will still agree. Prevention is your key to helping your dog stay healthy for as long as possible. This is a terrible disease. I tell you from experience. I've lived it, I wrote about it, I researched it, and I spent over You can't do anything except delay this horrible disease. So that is the hope. So let's discuss what tools I can give you to help you do that. Prevention tools which are best. Now we're going to go through a bunch of them, so figure out what you think. Training, exercise, brain games, using all your dog's senses, like sniff walks, hide and seek, puzzles, music. How about number 2? Not over-vaccinating, over-medicating. How about limiting their toxin exposures? Choosing healthy foods, adding supplements, knowing which human foods are safe and which are really dangerous. Or number 3, maintaining good dental care, brushing teeth, using safe chew togs and non-toxic bones, non-anesthesia dental cleanings. These are but a few choices, because believe me, there are so many more. But of these, what tools would you use to prevent dementia? Or do you still feel that now that even though you know the situation, you feel that this would not be the time to take preventative steps in advance? You'll wait to see what happens. I would choose all these prevention tools and more. If I had known all of this when my Shamrock first started to show signs, I just cannot even imagine what could have been the outcome. However, because I've lived this, I know how horrible it can be, and I don't want you or your dog to go through that. So if you answered any of these choices and will start taking any of these preventive measures, then congratulations to you, and I know for your dog. Prevention is key. It's the key to this disease and one of the best tools we have. Now, I'm going to give you some details about each response, so stick with me next. If you answered number 1, these are great tools to keep the brain and the other organs and senses engaged. Don't stop training, ever. Dogs can learn well into their senior years. The longer the dog can learn, the more the brain cells will maintain effort and remain active. Exercise helps both the physical and the mental. And even if the dog is slowed down, exercise is still important. Brain games engage many senses, and they also keep a close connection between you and your dog, and they're vitally essential for good health. Sniff walks, hide and seek, puzzles, music, these are all some of the things that engage their senses, all helping your dog to maintain good health. P.S. Don't forget about the physical. Most people look at dementia as totally a cognitive issue. It is not so. My Shamrock's first signs were limping, and she was a Springer Spaniel, so nobody paid any attention to it. Everything seemed to center on physical, on her back, on her paws, on her inability to jump anymore. But it wasn't true. It was one of the first signs of the dementia. So please don't forget the physical. And therefore, some of the tools are massage, yoga, acupuncture, chiropractic. All of these things are possible, and everything else will help. So let's continue. Number 2, if you answered these tools, vaccinations, medication, these are great tools. And the reason to understand these is that we don't realize what is going on that affects our dogs. The environment is toxic, and it has a direct correlation to brain issues. Too many vaccinations, some that are really unnecessary, over-medicating when natural choices could be just as effective, not choosing the healthiest food or adding the right supplements for your dog. These are just some of the things that can be done, and it is so important to pay attention. Now on to the last choice. If you answered number 3, dental, Most pet parents don't know that poor dental care can have deleterious effects on their dog's brain, on their health, and that the plaque, the swollen gums, the redness, the bacteria, the infections, tooth extractions, deep cleanings, all of these can spread and lead to issues in the body, and especially they can cause issues in the brain. The other concern is anesthesia. And most times, people won't discuss the problems of anesthesia, but there are concerns, and they're finding more and more concerns, especially in older dogs. But any anesthesia can have its issues. Therefore, if you're going to have a dental cleaning, and it's just a regular cleaning, non-anesthetic cleanings are your best preventative choice. Now, to the last answer. If you answered that even after hearing this quiz and learning about preventative measures, you kind of still feel, I don't really want to start anything now. I mean, I've got a puppy or a young dog, or an older dog doesn't have any signs. This is probably not something that's going to make any difference. Wrong. I am here to tell you that it doesn't matter when you start. Anything you do can help. And you really don't want to take the chance on your dog getting this disease. So therefore, I hope that my explanations have changed your mind. But if not, for you and your dog, for your family, then I ask you to please take a minute and reread this quiz and reconsider. If, however, at that point you still feel that taking preventative measures in advance like this really don't work for you, then I hope that you'll give me a chance to change your mind and email me at info@goldenquillpress.com. The subject line would be Dementia Prevention Quiz with a note not using dementia prevention message. This would be kept private. It is between us, and therefore I hope that you would give me that chance to help you. This is Shamrock. This is her book. It's dedicated to helping other dogs not go through what Shamrock went through. It can be seen at https://goldenquillpress.com/dogdementia.html. I ask that you also would share this quiz with others to help other dogs who maybe don't know about Shamrock and her plight. They will thank you, and of course, Shamrock does. Oof. So now, I thank you for joining Canine Cognitive, saving dogs one brain at a time, and exploring the power of three. 3 answers given to you just might prolong your dog's life. So start now, learn, go to goldenquillpress.com, dogdementia.html. Take a look at the information. There's more information there about helping dogs regarding dementia. And hopefully you will join us for our next quiz, Dementia, Concerns I Wish I Had Discussed with the Vet. If you have any comments about these quizzes, I wish you would put them in and we will answer them. Any questions, please feel free to contact me. Like the video, subscribe, share. Thank you for quizzing with us. Have a great day and good health to your dog.